Good morning students, welcome back to computer science class. Today we will continue the control statements. Okay, so what are the control statements and what are the different categories of that? Already we discussed. When you want to implement the conditions or when you want to repeat a block of statements number of times, then we use a control statements. And the control statements are again classified into two categories. One is a decision making statements and the second one is a repetitive, iterative statements. Under decision making statements, again we have two types. One is a if and the second one is a switch. Okay. Again if is divided into three categories. One is a simple if, second one is a if else, and the third one is a nested if. So already we completed simple if. What is a simple if is? If condition, if the condition is true, then the true block will be executed. Okay. And if the condition is false, nothing will be executed. If you want to write any statements, you can write. This is a simple if. Next, if it is a if else. If it is a if else, then just it is an extension. If condition, next true block, else false block. Means if the given condition is true, whatever statements you have written in the true block, that will be executed. If the given condition is false, whatever you have given in the false block, that will be executed. Okay. So next, the third category is nested if else. Nested if else. The third one is nested if else. Okay, nested else if you can do. Else if. Okay, actually what is a nested else if is? See, you are checking a condition. I will give you one live example. You are checking whether student means what is the grade of the student. Then how will you check? If percentage is greater than 70, if percentage is greater than 70, first class, example or distinction. Okay. Else, if percentage greater than 60, it is a first class. Okay. Means first we will check the first condition. If the condition is true, whatever statements are there in the true block, that will be executed. But if the given condition is false, then what happened? We are going for the next condition. More number of conditions you can check. But when the outer condition is false, then only we will go for the inner condition. Here if the outer condition is false, then we will go to the inner condition. False means what actually? Else part. So in the else part also you are checking a condition. So that is what is called as a nested else if. It is also called as an else if ladder. Okay. So here if the outer condition is true, whatever statements you have given, that will be executed. If the outer condition is false, then what happened? Again we will check the next condition. Like that, if you have n number of conditions, then we will check all the possibilities. All the conditions we will check. This is called as a nested else if ladder. Means if the outer condition is false, then only we will check the inner condition. If the outer condition is true, whatever statements are there in a true block of outer condition, that will be executed. See here, I will give you the simple syntax of nested else if ladder. Once you see the syntax, if condition 1, if the condition 1 is true, the statement 1 will be executed. What is the statement is your wish. Example, if the condition is false, then else. False means what? Else. Again, if second condition, condition 2. If the condition is 2 is true, then statement 2. If the second condition is also false, then else if condition 3. Again true block of this, like this. All the conditions are over, then at last we give else here instead of true block you give statement 3. And here statement 4. And here this is the else part of, just a minute. Here this is the else part for this. Now what is else? Where is the else part of this is? Continuation, else, statement 5. Else part of this. So this is else part of this. This is else part of that. Sorry. See, in the else only we are checking the condition. No. If true. Just a minute. See here. If condition 1 is true, the statement 1 will be executed. If the condition 1 is false, else will come to else. In else part also again we are checking the condition. So if condition is true, then if the condition is true, this will be executed. If the condition is false, again we are going for the third condition. So if this condition is false, true, this statement will be executed. Example statement 3 here. Else statement 4. And closing, that's it. Okay, see here, the condition 1 is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition 1 is false, then we'll check the second condition. So, as I already said, if is a two-way decision making statement, this is a true block and this is a false block for a if. So, condition 1 is true, the true block will be executed. The condition 1 is false, this will be executed. In this again I have given the condition. So, again, if this is true, this will be executed. If this is false, we are coming to third condition. The third condition is true, statement 3 will be executed. If the third condition is false, else part of the third condition will be executed. Okay, this is about else if flat. If the outer condition is false, then we'll check the inner condition. It's also called the nested else if flat. Else part we are giving a condition. Nested else if. Clear? Here, again once again I will explain. Condition 1 is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition 1 is false, condition 2 will be evaluated. If the condition 2 is true, statement 2 will be executed. If the condition 2 is false, we'll check the third condition. Third condition is true, the statement 3 will be executed. If the third condition is false, statement 4 will be executed. Only one thing you need to remember is, if the outer condition is false, then only we'll go for the inner condition. If the outer condition, if the condition 1 is true, then we won't check the condition 2 because outer condition is true, this statement will be executed. Okay. If the outer condition is false, then only we'll go for the inner condition. If the outer condition is true, whatever statements are there in the true block, that will be executed. Okay. The text screenshot of this. Syntax is very, very important. Now, we'll go to the flow chart. In detail, you will get in a flow chart. First entry. Just whatever syntax I have given, that I am implementing in a pictorial presentation. Condition 1 is true. If it is true, what I have given? Statement 1 will be executed. Okay. Next, if it is false, decision making statement is a two-way decision making. If condition is a two-way decision making statements, you will get two parts. False. If it is false, then what happened? Again, I have given a condition. Condition 2. Again, for this also, true, false. Next, if the condition 2 is true, then what I have given? Statement 2 will be executed. If it is a false, again I have given third condition, condition 3. If the condition 3 is true, then this for false, it is for true. Then statement 3 will be executed. If it is false, statement 4 will be executed. At last, ending. This is a flow chart. If the condition 1 is true, statement 1 will be executed. If the condition 1 is false, we will check the second condition. If the condition 2 is false, again we will check the third condition. If the condition 2 is true, then statement 2 will be executed. If the condition 3 is true, the statement 3 will be executed. If the condition 3 is false, the statement 4 will be executed. Okay? Now take screenshot of this. Now we'll write an example program. As intro, slido.h, int a equals to 10. One variable I am initializing. What is a value? 10. Now I am checking if a equals to 5. Then printf a is equals to 5. Equals to 5. Note. Else, if condition is false, if a value is not equals to 5, then else if a value greater than 5, then printf a value is greater than 5. Then else printf continuation printf a is less than 5. Example, a is less than 5. Close it. See here, what is a value? 10. 10 equals to 5? No, condition false. Then we'll check the next one. Else, if it is a false, we'll come to else part. If a greater than 5, condition is true, then what you will get? A value is greater than 5, you will get. If this is false, example a value is 2, then a is less than 5 message you will get. Okay, so it depends on your requirement. You can implement n number of conditions in else part also. Okay, this is nested if, nested else if, means the else part will implement the condition. Clear? I will write this program or else you take a screenshot. We will discuss one more conditional statement, that is a switch. Switch statement. Okay, actually what is a switch statement is? Example, if you have only 2 conditions, 3 conditions, 4 conditions, then we'll implement a decision making statements. Okay, but if you have a more number of conditions, it is difficult to use a decision making statement, because in decision making statement for every if condition you need to give 2 possibilities. One is a true and the second one is a false. Example, suppose if you have 10 if conditions, then 10 true blocks you have to write, 10 false blocks you have to write. Okay, so it is means lot of code you need to write. Means you can implement, but what you have to do is you have to write lot of code. Okay, so in C programming we have one alternative method. If you have a more number of decision making, that is nothing but the switch statement. Okay, so in a switch statement you can write more number of conditions, or we can say that if you have a number of conditions like a 10, 20, 30, 40, number of possibilities are there, then we can use the switch statement. Okay, so in a switch statement actually what happened, whatever condition result you are getting, that condition result is comparing with number of cases. Whichever case value is matching with the expression result, then that block will be executed and the remaining block is skipped. Okay, so here I will give you one simple syntax, then I will explain with the example program. Okay, switch expression next case value statement. 1 break. Next, case value statement 2 break. Case value statement 3 break. Case value n example. Default statements or statement unit. Statement 4. At last we'll give a break. At last we'll give default statement X. Okay. Default statement X and closing a once you go through the syntax here. First, what we are doing is we are checking the condition. Switch expression. It is expression is nothing but whatever expression you have given in a if condition. Only same expression will check here. Switch expression, and whatever result you are getting from this expression, that is compared with the case values. Okay. And if this case value is matching with this expression result, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. Like this, in one program you can implement n number of cases. Okay, so here it is a expression only. Okay, so this expression, this expression value is compared with all the case values, and whichever case value is matching with this expression, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. But here the condition is whatever expression you are giving here, that should be either integer or character. Okay, and that is compared with each and every case value. And the thing is here, case value should be unique. And example, case value 1 if you have given here, that should not repeat once again. Means whatever case values are there, that case value should be unique. Okay, and here if this is whatever result you got here, that is compared with the case value. Whichever case value is matching with this expression result, that block will be executed. In that block, whatever you have written, it means it won't, it doesn't matter. Okay, the thing is expression result is matching with the case value or not. Okay, here I'll write you simple example, then you'll get how this statement will be executed. So here I am taking a simpler example. Hash include stdio.h void main. Here int a equals to 10, b equals to 20 and comma c. 3 variables are given. So actually what is the purpose of our program is here is, I will enter one choice. Like if I select the 1, then it should add 2 numbers. If I give the choice 2, it should subtract. If I give choice 3, then it will give means it will do multiplication like that. Okay, so here you see now 3 over. Next, one more variable I am taking here. After the C, choice I am taking. Okay, and the choice is I am taking from a user. See, choice. So I am giving a prompt to the user. Enter choice. I want to take choice from a user. Then the user will give example. Scanf %d ampersand choice. This is the input statement. If the user is giving from a command prompt, that is using a keyboard, that is stored in a choice. Now switch choice. whatever value the user gives, that is nothing but the expression here. Choice, open the brace. If case 1, then C equals to A plus B, printed percentage C, break. Now we will come to the second line here, come this side. Next, case 2. Case 2 means choice 2 here. C equals to A minus B, printed percentage C, break. Now case 3, C equals to A into B, printed percentage C, break. Every block ends with the same break. Now case 4, C equals to A by B, printf percentage C, break. Example, I am giving a program for only for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Example, I have given a choice 5. That is not there in this case values. For that, I will give the default. If all the above condition false, then printf invalid option. So this is a simple example program here. See actually what is the output of this program is, you can check here. When this program is executed, you will get a prompt like this. What message I have given? Enter a choice. Enter a choice. Example, I have given 3. Now what is the choice value? 3. This choice is compared with the case value. This is called as a case value. Every case there is a value. This choice is compared with this case value. It is matching 3 equals to 1? No. Again, we will come to the second case. 3 equals to 2 is not matching. Next, 3 equals to 3, third case is matching. So, third case value is matching, sorry. So, if these two are matching, whatever statements you have written in this block, that will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. So, like this, in single program, you can implement n number of conditions using a switch. It is called as actually multi-decision making statement. Here, you can include n number of conditions, right? The thing is, here whatever expression value is there, result is there, that is compared with the case values. Whichever case value is matching with the given expression result, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. Example, here I have given only 4 case values. Suppose the user is entered a 5. Then what happened? Whatever case values I have given that are not matching, then the default one will be executed. Clear? And here some conditions are there. Here it should be either integer or character. And this is compared with the case values. So whatever case values are there, that case value should be unique. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 should be unique. If already 1 is there, again if you are writing a 1, you will get another. Case value should be unique. And the second one is, every case block should end with the break statement. Means at the end of each block, there is a break statement. Actually, what is the use of this break statement is, when this block statements are executed, this break statement will break the decision. Means again, it will break the control here only. Means control again, it won't check for the next cases. Because if the one case value is matching, that block will be executed. The remaining should skip. How the remaining will be skipped? By using a break statement. Okay. So, this is about switch statement. Clear? Take a screenshot of this. For this, I have not given a flow chart. Now we will go to the flow chart. condition or expression, both are same. So whatever expression result is there, that is compared with case values. Case 1. Okay, whatever result is there, that is compared with the case values. Just a minute. Case 1, then statement 1. Statement 2, if it is a case 2. Case 3, statement 3. At last, we will give the default. The default statement will be executed. Here, after the end of each and every statement, you give the break. This whatever expression result is there, that is compared with the case value. Whichever case value is matching to the given expression result, that block will be executed. Okay. At last you end. Okay. So stop. This is a take screenshot of this. This is about switch statement. With this, conditional statements are over. Okay, conditional statements are nothing but these statements are used to implement conditions in the program. Okay, and every conditional statement is written in the program with the relational expression like A greater than B, A less than B, equals to B, like that. And whatever result is there, according to that result, based on that result, the true block will be executed. Either true block will be executed or false block will be executed. Okay, so depends on the complexity of the program. You can use a simple if else, nested if else, and switch statement. Okay, so this is about conditional statement. In the next class, we will discuss about iterative statement. Thank you.